Hey, you guys, welcome to Live, Love, Laugh, and Let Go Out Loud with Lynn, your host. Today is a super special day in my heart. This is a show you're not going to miss. Even if you don't think you need to hear this, you're going to want to hear this. This is really awesome. Before I bring in the one and only Ray Higdon, I did a little intro video just so you can see what a great guy he is. So hold on. Oh, wait, I usually have my guests right here after I do that promo, right? If you've been watching my 40 shows. But today is super exciting to me that I have to compose myself and my excitement. And so I figured I couldn't do justice in introducing this guy. So I got a little help from one of my friends.
Hey, Lynn, it's Leslie Cummings. I just wanted to hop on here and talk a little bit about my friend Ray Higdon. We've been friends for about 17 years, but what I'm really excited about is the value he has put into the marketplace over the last 10 years for network marketers. His training, his coaching, his guidance has helped thousands of people find success in this industry, and there is nothing more powerful than that. And so I am really excited to hear him speak on your show today. I know that he is going to bring the fire, and he is going to help so many people take their business to the next level. Love you guys.
Nice. Yay! That was awesome. Really cool.
Ray, this is just I'm just trying to compose myself because when we met, I was pretty quiet. I was just I was just pretty composed and all that stuff.
But you all grown.
We have, and I was gonna do this one way, but it's my show, so I do whatever. So let's do a quick memory lane, and then we're gonna pick up who you are. So hold on a second.
Grab your friends, find your enemies, and make amends, and we'll meet in the middle. Take the pride and set it aside. My hands will build you a shield, and we'll solve the riddle. And we'll remember these times.
Wow, that was so cool. That was amazing.
Ray, this show is all about, when I met you after I lost my mother, I lost my brother. I had my granddaughter went through a lot of stuff. I gained a lot of freaking weight. I mean, just a lot of stuff, just life, And so when I got to meet you, people don't understand. We resonate with people because there's different things that we go through in our life that truly makes us connect. And actually it's a blessing because you don't have empathy till you go through shit. And that's the bottom line. And so, I'm glad to say people just think I'm just so out there and just, I'm boisterous, but that video shows you guys, we spent 3 days together in different events, and we spent time in closeness that I didn't sit there and ask you a bunch of questions. I didn't feel like I do now. It's Ray Higdon, but because I truly saw what vulnerable person you are, and I've seen you grow these last 3 years with me. And that's why this show is about, I could die tomorrow, and I need for people to know the memories and who's impacted me along the way. And you are a huge part of that. And today's show is not about, you're such a freaking giving guy. You probably came here and you thought you were going to give so much value to everybody, and you will be, but this show is about who truly Ray Higdon is, because I know how you may seem cocky to some people, but it's your freaking passion, and people don't understand that. No, I'm just saying, because I'm the same way. I get so excited to help people, and they just, so this is going to be an amazing show. It's going to go super fast. I'll let you introduce yourself. I apologize for taking this long, but I needed people to know the back end story. And by the way, I did earn this time with him. He challenged me. I made it a year ago before I was on stage. So I earned the show. It's just not him sympathetically. It was just perfectly set to be now. But he has influenced me, and that's the impact this man has. And Leslie, it's because of Leslie I got to meet this man. So that's the true ripple effect of what we have within ourselves. So Ray, this is just a love fest for you. This is, you're going to give value, but you guys, you're going to be seeing some stuff that I hope he knows how much I love him by the time the show's over. Okay.
I definitely know that.
All right. So introduce yourself and let's get this party started.
Okay. So, I'm someone that I had worked my way up in the corporate world to a pretty good paying salary. I think most would consider it a good paying salary. But I realized that the harder I work, the more they would pay me, which, that part was nice, but also the more they would demand of me. And so I looked at, my boss and his boss and her boss, and all of them were making more money, but they're also more stressed out. They're also having, challenges at home or, with kids or whatever. And I was already barely seeing, my sons at the time. And so that was going to be my future unless I did something about it. And so I didn't like it. I was working so hard so that I could spend more time, with family, but that just wasn't in the cards. And so I decided to do something about it. Long story short, I went out on my own in real estate and thought I was going to kill it with real estate, which I did well for, a few years, a few hours. That'd be weird. But then when the market changed, I got wiped out. And so I was looking for what the heck am I going to do with my life, because I was, broke. I was really depressed. I went through a divorce. And my good friend Chris invited me to check out his network marketing opportunity. And I decided I was going to make that thing happen. And I did, became the #1 income earner in that company, made millions with that company. And now we coach and train people to grow their network marketing business. And we have a lot of fun. We write books, we create courses, we have a great group, and I'm excited to be here.
Well, Ray, that's just it. You are more than just network marketing. No offense to all my rank makers, which, by the way, I earned this in at the virtual summit, which is really weird because I'm very conscientious of how I dance and what I do in front of the camera. And the music was so great that I'd be like, listen. And when I got announced that I got this for dancing and being the most smiley person,
right,
I actually walked away for a second. I came back, I saw all these congratulations, Lynn. And I was like, I'm going to be an idiot, but I'm going to say, so what Lynn were they talking about?
Yeah,
Like me.
awesome.
So that was really stinking cool. This show is just going to be off the wall, crazy. This guy has he has this book, which of course my green screen's not allowing me to show. Yeah, there you go. This is an amazing book, you guys.
Awesome.
I'm going to have people sharing this, which Ray, I hope you shared this on your page too, because people on your are not going to want to miss today. I'm telling you, they're not going to want to miss this is behind the curtains of who Ray Higdon is and what he means.
Definitely tag me and I'll show it on my timeline.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you guys, you've realized you don't understand the impact you have on people if you just get out of your own way and realize it's not about you. It's about the fact that you've been blessed with experiences to help other people that need you to show up. And Ray is really the epitome of that. But I'm going to throw a little video in here real quick.
It is my pleasure to tell you how much of an influence Ray Higdon has been on me personally, and many others just like me, ordinary people. Not only has he been a teacher in business, but he has impacted my mindset. I've gone from never doing a video to having done hundreds. I've learned about attraction marketing, and I don't have to bug, pester, or chase people to be my customer, all thanks to Ray. He's also taught me how to talk to people, how to listen to people. I really love his daily trainings in rank makers because you never know what you're going to get. Have a great chat with Lynn, Ray.
She was
That's
smart.
awesome.
She made bonus points. She actually said my name in it.
Yeah. I don't think she said her own name though.
It's Christine Hendricks.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I couldn't remember her last name. That's so kind. Thank you, Christine. Yes, say your name though.
Betty basically says he surely influenced me as well as one of
Awesome.
our keynote speakers at our event company. And yes, you just show up. I don't think people realize all the value and what you give to people that show up. And I mean, like I said, can you ask Ray what was the most fun he had in 2020? And the dude is here to be homaged, but no, just go ahead. Go ahead, answer that.
The most fun. The most fun I've had. I've had a lot of fun with Graham. Growing up. Getting to where my our 1-year-old boy. Now that he's walking and stuff. There's been so many funny times and fun times between him and Sabrina, our 5-year-old daughter. That it's probably one of those times, just seeing sometimes Graham is moody and tries to attack Sabrina, and just watching her, an absolute firecracker, hold herself back from pummeling him, which she certainly could. So it's probably just watching these guys grow up. I think that's just been so much fun this year.
That's awesome. I've got so many things going on in this show, so we're gonna go like speed stuff here, because you've got to have the Lynn
more bells and whistles.
Absolutely. I can't not have you on the show. And of course, I've had like Michelle and Stacy. I've had some of your staff on this show. I don't know if you watched their show. I don't know. Actually, that probably made you say, well, should I go on Lynn's show or not? I don't know. But anyways,
No.
we're just gonna plummet through this. Oh, Cheryl said that was so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I cannot believe Sabrina is 5. That's just hard to believe. It's hard to believe. Okay, so let's get into a little bit of the show really quick, and then at the half an hour, I got some other stuff going on here. So here we go. So, what meanings does living your best life have for you personally?
Okay. Living your best life have for you personally. So meaning,
instead of
what does that mean to me?
Is you, right. Not to just, yeah.
So, to me, and there's really 3 factors. I used to always answer this with 2 things, and that was, kind of the same answer as success. Success to me is growth and contribution. I need to feel like I'm growing, and I also need to feel like I'm contributing. And there's another element to that, which, as far as living your best life, and that is having a close connection with your children and family. And so I would say growth, contribution, and connection. And so those are the 3 things that are meaningful to me, and living your best life.
Laura says, hello, Ray. Thank you for showing up for me and our team. Yep. He's awesome. Yep. He's just pretty awesome guy. Okay. So what do you love in your life other than your family?
What really drives me, what I absolutely love is, the story of the underdog achieving. I love, those who, I love seeing people succeed. I love people that have been through some stuff, come out of that and create some success or advance their life. And so that's what really drives me. It wasn't, I used to think that it was repairing the relationship with my, dad after 13 years of not talking to him that fueled me. It actually was the telling of that story and people writing me saying that they repaired a relationship because of the story. And so anyone that I've been able to help have a positive impact on their success or relationships is really what I love.
You know, speaking of Ken Wall shared, and I
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
I don't know if you know this, Ray, but I actually had the honor of introducing him as the keynote speaker at my function, over 500 people. Now,
Nice.
this is the girl, right, that you saw how I stayed away from the back of the stage, right, or the stage at that event 3 years ago, right? And so again, you know, we're all, you know, we all are connected one way or another. And I was going to play this, leave last, you know, good thing for last thing. But I think being that he's present right now, Ken Walls, I feel.
Ray Higdon, I just want to say, dude, you rock. I'm honored to call you a friend, a client, honored to be like, dude, I'm just honored that you're in my life. You're a good dude. I've learned a lot from you about how to be a better leader and how to never give up. I appreciate you, bro.
Awesome.
I'll do a quick plug for him.
Rockstar.
I actually, you know, he said he was going to start a course on live streaming and stuff. I'm like, dude, I'm in. So I was like one of his first people. Like I was one of your first lifetime members too. You know, it's like
Nice.
I support him, and he's just been a great friend. I just blessed
Awesome.
so much.
Very cool.
So okay, so what makes you laugh other than Sabrina?
Man, I'll tell you, dude, TikTok makes me laugh. I mean, I'm not really much of a consumer of social media. I know that may sound weird, but I just don't really get distracted. But man, I've seen some funny stuff on TikTok. And
Can I make you laugh right now from TikTok?
What's that?
Can I make you laugh from TikTok right now? I was bold enough to do.
I may not be TikTok famous, but I have never posted a video of me shaking my butt for likes.
And if the beat live, you know Lil Juke made it. Yaddy, 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 yaddy.
Nice. Look what I'm talking about. It's just designed to be funny, I think. So I do crack up at TikTok for sure.
I actually went from 200 followers to over 1,000, 800 people in 6 hours.
Nice.
So yeah,
Awesome.
I had, and you know, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh no, I can't have Ray on my show without being able to go live on TikTok.
There you go. There you go. Nice. Nice.
Like I said, Ray, you have no idea what the influence you have, and just, you know, it's that camaraderie among people that, you know, I'm sorry, you guys, but there's no bullshit with Ray. I truly know Ray. He's got such a sensitive, caring. He does what I do, and you guys don't understand this. Some of you guys think, oh, but Lynn, I can't do what you're doing. You don't understand. It's not easy to come here and try to act somebody that's so successful as Ray, or all these other people I've had, Robert Hollis, I mean, you name it, Michelle Barnes, I mean, you name it, Diana Hockman, I mean, all these people. And to think, you know, I feel intimidated, but you know what? I have to do this. You got a voice.
I love it.
And because they've impacted me, I would not be feeding their soul the way they fed my soul. So I'm compelled to have this as why and how these people are influenced me. And they just get so passionate about sharing, because it really is, when you start sharing and giving, which, okay, I'm turning this around. Speaking of giving and all that stuff, it is a very special day here today. And you know what? I don't think God makes any mistakes. So let's go to this.
Ray, you're just a ray of sunshine, and everybody loves Ray. Ray, I appreciate you, the motivation, the fact that it's Wealth Wednesday, and you have shown us that Wealth Wednesday is like the best day of the week. There's so many acts of kindness and just a little monetary with no expectations back. It's amazing what it can do for your life. So, sincerely, it's an honor having you on Wealth Wednesday. How about it? Tell everybody how important it is to participate in Wealth Wednesday.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
So go for it. Tell everybody about Wealth Wednesday. Let's go for it.
Sure. So, you know, we started Rank Makers, July of 2017, and I wanted to build in some I guess you would say, rituals that, we do every week. And one of them is Wealth Wednesday. And so Wealth Wednesday, the suggested action step is to do a random act of kindness for a stranger involved in a financial exchange. And you notice that's a very specific thing. It's not enough. It's not just do a random act of kindness, like help someone across the street or, bake someone cookies or something like that. Those are all great things. And not that you can't do them every day or even on a Wednesday, but it's not what I would classify a Wealth Wednesday. A Wealth Wednesday involves a financial exchange. And so that could be you paying for the person behind you in the toll booth, paying for the person behind you in the drive-through. Could be you tipping the bill or maybe tipping a little bit heavier than you normally would. One of our favorites is to go into a store and sneak some, reverse shoplifting and sneak some cash in, the diaper box, the baby formula, whatever resonates with you. It can be anything, right? And the point is, one, for you to feel good. Two, for you to make someone else feel good, which may lift their spirits, which may have them, believe in humanity once again, with everything that is always going on. But also it's to chip away at your money mindset and for you to draw the conclusion that the more money I have, the more good I can do. What's a bigger Wealth Wednesday? That would be, build a school, build water wells, build an abuse center, build a children's wing on the hospital, so the more money you have, the more good you can do. And that's what we're really chipping away at with Wealth Wednesday. And so it's something that if you struggle with money, it's a very, very important action step so that you can start to correct some of the bad programming you've had from Hollywood, the media, politicians, et cetera, and just realize with more resources, you only have so much time. You can only donate so much time at the shelter or the soup kitchen or wherever you go. But with more capital, you can do a lot of amazing things. And so that's what we're trying to, really pound and help people understand.
Vanessa here, she says, more money I have, the more good I can do.
Yeah.
Vanessa is someone that's become really, really close to me, and I love her, but she's not only close to me, but you had an impact on her. You're might recall this. She actually had a head injury and got to talk to you, and she here's a little message.
Hey Ray, it's Vanessa Eberbach here. Just wanted to say hello and thank you so much because we've never met, but we talked 6 years ago on the phone. And you told me that since my last name was so difficult to pronounce and spell, to go with the Vanessa factor. And I did, and the Vanessa factor was born. So I wanted to thank you so much for that. You never got a chance to mentor me, but I did join Rank Makers, and I've just loved everything you've done and all your inspiration. And I wanted to say thank you.
That's awesome.
Great. I need you to understand.
Since you said my last name was hard.
Ray, I need to tell you that disclosure of Leslie and Vanessa, the fact that you had impact on them, the fact that I asked about this and reminded them at the 11th hour, the fact that they didn't take time to do their makeup, do their hair, and they felt like they looked like shit. They showed up for
great.
you.
They
absolutely. But listen, I'm saying that's the impact you had, Ray. No makeup, they showed up. That's the impact, and it's a ripple effect. You get what you give out. And so that's what my show is all about. And
awesome.
So it's just so you can bring all your friends and victims over here because I love doing this stuff. Okay, so here we go. What's the meaning of living your best? Oh, we did that one already.
That one?
Okay. What do you love in your life? Yep. And we did all those. Okay, here we go. This is a huge one. What things have you let go out loud?
You mean like I've been open, like I've openly shared, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I think the, very, recent one was me figuring out why I had social anxiety. And that's, I do share it in the book as well, but, it's, for as long as I remember, I've always had, I don't get anxiety when stepping on the stage or being on video, but I do get anxiety, or at least in the past, I got anxiety when I would step off of stage and people would want to chat and, and things like that. As soon as it went into non-business areas, I would, get uncomfortable and want to retreat and want to escape. And I didn't know why. And we were at a charity auction, and I'm going to try to condense this story here. But we were at a charity auction, and long story short, Jess was really excited about this private trip. And this was before COVID, but this private trip that only a couple couples could go on. And for me, it sounded like hell. I mean, it just sounded like a terrible thing. And like, and afterwards, I'm like, what the hell's wrong with me? Why did I get so much anxiety even thinking about that trip? And so I decided to do what we call in the book, pluck the weed, and figure out, why is that part of my personality incongruent with who I really want to be? I want to be an amazing husband. I want to not have social anxiety. Why is that happening? And so, long story short, with some help from different coaches, with some internal kind of reflection, I determined that this social anxiety that I was having was literally to keep people at distance so that they couldn't hurt me. Because in the 3rd grade, I had had a guidance counselor that I had shared what was going on at home with. And I was, very abused. Every morning, woken up by being thrown against the closet, stomped, just many, many examples throughout, the first 12 years of my life of very extreme physical abuse. And I had shared these things with her because a teacher knew that something was wrong and had, connected us. And then one day she proceeded to, have me in a meeting with my dad and my stepmom and share everything I'd ever told her, because she thought they were just too outrageous of stories for them to be real. And I was just seeking attention. And that, one, was a very bad day. But two, that was the day that I stopped trusting anybody. And so literally from 3rd grade on, I never let anybody in close enough to hurt me. And so, that's definitely something I've let go of very much out loud.
Ray, I can tell you this now, and it's going to be like to everybody else, but sincerely, he's telling you the truth. Not only that, I sat next to you, and every time I could feel it, I was praying for you, Ray, because I'm very intuitive. I knew the fact that you get up and you talk and you give your best all up front. But I've known the last 3 years you have struggled, and I pray for you every day because of that, because that was a huge struggle in my life. And that's what people don't understand. We all go through shit in our life, and I'm 55 years old, and I'm telling you guys, it's all about, if we don't show up, the difference impact. I mean, I didn't want to be at a stage weighing close to 300 pounds, but I had to show up because I impacted people. I'm like, and I was in New York. I'm going to admit this to everybody, but I was on a freaking scooter. It was the freaking most embarrassing thing, but was humble because I always said, because I was a bodybuilder, I was humbled. I used to shame people for being heavy. I got heavy. I mean, like, shit happens, people. Whatever you put out there, you get back. And yet I had to take the humility and say, you know what? I still got to show up. You do what you can do. I have health issues, but I don't give a shit. I'll make better, but don't ever think you're better than anybody. And I'll tell you what, this man here, he doesn't think he's better than anybody. If anything, he does not give the accolades of what a good-hearted guy he is. And I sincerely love you, Ray, because I was blessed to be there to see you then, because if I didn't see you then and I seen you now, I'm not going to lie. Now I see why some people can't believe who I am, because sometimes you're so freaking humble, it seems like it's bullshit. And to people that don't understand. Right. And I can vouch for you. You're not bullshit. You truly put your heart out there. And you have, until recently, I said, finally, he freaking broke out of the fact that he is somebody even off the stage. And I'm just so humble that I can tell you that on my platform, I've seen you prosper, and I've wished this for you. And being intuitive, I mean, I just knew that you know, and I think you can recall the few times we were in the cafe, I sat next to you, didn't say nothing. We were outside in the little lobby thing, sat next to you. And I think it was so funny because you gravitated to me any chance you could. And I just stood there and I just smiled at you, you know? And it was funny when you saw the little montage of pictures. The one time I showed you, goes, gosh, we took a lot of pictures together. I'm like, yeah, that's all we did. We took pictures, but we never talked. Sincerely, did we? We didn't talk.
I didn't think we did much.
No, we didn't. I just sat there and I was like feeling like you, shoot, I don't know why we're here, but we're here. We're going to deal with it. And let's just forget that we're here. It truly was that way. I do have questions in audience here, and I will get to that at 15 minutes beforehand. There's just a lot of cool things here that we just need to cover because it's just the way it is.
Hey, Kimberly Olson here. I first met Ray Higdon in the fall of 2017 when I was first learning about social media, attraction marketing, and I was blown away, obviously, about his knowledge and his experience, but he was the person that taught me how I was able to continue to have my 6-figure network marketing business alongside a 7-figure coaching business. I was able to scale because of him. His heart is huge, his knowledge is massive, and he is one of the most impactful people in my life. You rock, Ray.
I don't know. I had her on my show, you know. So
yeah. She's awesome. Yeah, she's great.
It's awesome. And then of course I had this person on my show too.
I came across Ray on one of his free coaching Fridays on Facebook, and I was blown away by the value. Like, he was just dropping this information I never heard of before. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then he talked about rank makers. I'm like, I need to get in on this. And I did. And it was the best decision ever, right? So learning about marketing from him, learning about live videos from him, it has completely changed my life. Honestly, I am so grateful. It's so awesome.
You know, Ray, and I got to tell you that you have no idea how much you impact people so much that I used to be told all the time that your smile is just amazing and blah, blah, blah. And I just never seen why. I never got it. And when you started highlighting Julie for her smile and just her laugh and stuff, I'm like, OMG, I never really seen what that is in a person till I seen it in Julie. And I'm like, okay, so I'm like, shit, now I got to show up because people say, I love seeing your smile. So again, when I do some of my poster encouragement, I put my picture, instead of doing a live like Ray says I should, I would sometimes just do images with me smiling with my quote so that I can give everybody a twofer, you know, 2 for 1.
That's great. That's great.
So how are you feeling so far? Are you feeling
good? I mean, it's awesome to receive this much love. This is really, really nice and really awesome.
And you know, speaking of receiving love, I'm glad you said that because out of your own words today, our preaching sermon today was really, really freaking amazing. And I love, if you want to paraphrase this morning without making you feel bored, I think this is important for people to hear the words you thought we should use going forward. It was allowed and received. And also the fact that if you could go back to how you talked about the future self.
Yeah. And this, you know, I've heard this concept from quite a few different teachers over the years. I really like the way Joe Dispenza puts it the best. And he's someone that I've been very heavily studying here lately. And he said, and he talks about the future version of yourself or the future vision of yourself. You have to focus on that more than all the past memory of who you've been and who you are. And that is, it's just such a big deal because it's just so common for us to look at, you know, what results do we currently have or what has happened in the past. And that's our identity. You know, we wake up, do the same thing every morning, eat the same food, drink the same stuff, do the same actions, think the same thoughts. But there's a future version of you that doesn't have your current limitations, that does have self-worth, that does feel great about life and what's going on, that does have hope and doesn't beat themselves up. And what you have to do is you have to divorce yourself from being addicted to who you currently are and who you've been. And that will allow you to grow into that. And so what's cool about online video is you really get to bear witness to that, right? So you get to bear witness to Lynn growing and being a different version of herself, you know. And if I met my 10, 12 year ago self today, it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting the thoughts that person had versus the thoughts I have now. And so it's just constant. How do you stay more focused on who you're becoming and that future version of yourself versus who you are right now and who you've been?
Well, it's too funny you say that, because we really don't listen to the messages we get. We listen too much to our negativity side and not what we're being told to do. And, that event we were at, seriously, I walked into my future self because I was like, you are going to be on the stage. You have so much, I'm still writing my book, my story. I mean, I've been drugged behind a vehicle, house fires. I mean, sexual abuse. I mean, just the list goes on. It's depressing to even think about it. But the point I'm getting at here is I knew that I had to get out of myself and into where I have to help other people. And I mean, you don't even realize until you lose a parent or a sibling or this or that. And actually it was my second sibling, which I revealed in Michelle McKenzie's video, something that I hadn't even. You get on my show, you become vulnerable with me, I become vulnerable with you, because it's all out of respect. It's not about here to humiliate yourself, but for me to be humble and humble as well. And so moving forward, the fact that I knew these are things of getting out of myself, and every time I hear you speak and preach that. So for any of my friends that are listening that are not in network marketing, it's not about network marketing. This book he has out with Hay House, which I highly encourage you guys, and everybody that shares this out, absolutely, everybody shares this out. You need to share this out, because Ray and I think we're going to pick out 2 winners. He'll pick one and I'll pick one. And I think I'll do that on New Year's Day on my other new show. It's Real and Raw with Lynn and Brian. And we're going to do that there. But seriously, Ray, the fact that you do walk the walk, and I don't care if, I got your back on this, just like you have my back on. I'm serious. We just sat there and I didn't pound you for information. We are where we're at, and I'm blessed to say that we have impacted many people, and that's what we're here. We're not here to be selfish human beings. We're here to give and love so many people for so many reasons. And so I'm just grateful that I can finally go ahead and share the love that I have for you, as well as everybody else. And it's true. Everybody loves Ray. I've got a little Ray Lee, and she's a ray of sunshine. And there's a special gift with that name, Ray, I'm telling you. So I'm going to ask you this question real quick. What makes a person beautiful to you?
So smile, right? Someone who just has a great smile, like Lynn, like Julie, like my wife. So smile and coachability, humbleness, that's something. If you look, the opposite of that is, what makes someone not beautiful to me, it's cockiness, egotistical, know-it-all, that sort of thing. So I would say smile and humbleness, coachability.
And you know what? Those are all the things I see in you. And we're going to have a side note, and everybody's going to experience this experience with you and I. But seriously, do you find sometimes that it kind of upsets you when somebody thinks you're being cocky and they don't, it's like our personal thing. And I could say this because we relate so much, but it gets in your heart when you're so passionate about somebody and somebody just didn't get the message because they're thinking you're being cocky. And I say that because as I lose this next 50 to 100 pounds, people may see me as a little bit cockier, but that's just my bodybuilding. That's just my workout mentality, so people see this morph, but they don't understand I'm still the same person. So do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I guess, because I've always been pretty aggressive with my goals and like how I show up. I think you know, I guess maybe in the past I would get upset if someone thought I was cocky. Now it's just an indicator that, oh, they don't know me.
Exactly.
Because I've been around cocky and I know what that looks like. And at one point, you know, many years ago, I was cocky actually. You know, back when I first started doing real estate, I needed to be humbled. You know, I was very focused on what I was doing, and I would say that I was cocky back then. So I needed to be humbled. But now, if I hear someone say, "Oh yeah, they think you're cocky," I just know, oh, they don't know me. Okay, you know, so I don't really. I'm really indifferent to it. I don't get upset about it. I'm just like, okay.
And you know what? That's exactly what I was going to say. That's what I love, is that when you grow up being more confident of yourself, and then you get knocked down, like, you know, I got knocked down with weight issues. I got knocked down with these things. When you do come back a different person. That cocky man, you know, people may have thought you were cocky back then. I mean, I hear from my high school friends all the time, but you're Lynn Serrano. And I'm like, yes, what does that mean? You know, I'm not attached to that label, but they just know the will that I have. And yet sometimes I think that's what's great, is people don't realize you can recreate yourself at any given time.
For sure.
And what people perceive is not what you truly are. And that's why I love the fact that I have just seen you morph from who you were 3 years to now. And it definitely, I am just so honored to say that we may not talk and you didn't realize how best friends we were. Because, you know, you do message me and I do message you at different times, and we support each other's page and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think you could feel that we just have that love energy between us. And that's what I'm so honored and say to people. You need to listen to that instinct and surround yourself with some amazing people, and it will make your life so different.
Hey, oh my gosh, Stacey Hall here. It's such an honor to be able to talk a little bit about how I met Ray Higdon. It's got to be like over 6 years ago now. He was my upline's upline in a network marketing company that I was a part of. I'm pretty sure he didn't know I was alive, but I knew he was. And it was like love at first sight with him and Jessica, because they just knew how to create a culture and a community like none other. And I so needed it. Oh my gosh. Honestly, I mean, I would not be here if it wasn't for Ray Higdon. That is the absolute truth, because after I discovered him and Jess, I literally followed every single thing they did. I took all their courses. I bought all the things, sometimes more than once, just to get extra bonuses. I did. I went to their events. I took all the notes. I became a real student of the Higdons. And ultimately, when Rankmakers opened, I became a lifetime member immediately, and started working as an ambassador for them. And now I have the distinct honor of working directly with them within the Higdon Group and as part of the speaking team, the Higdon Group speaking team. And I can't even understand sometimes all the things that had to come into place in order for me to be where I am right now. And none of it would have been possible without Ray. None of it. You know, from the early days of bawling my eyes out on his shoulder to being so much more confident and capable and actually having success because of him. He's a hero to me. He's a hero to my children, because he changed our lives. I just love that dude. And I love Jess too. And so I'm super duper grateful. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
You see, Ray?
Well, you're really trying to get me to cry, man. I mean, you're working hard at this.
You see, Ray, I got to tell you, when you told me to talk to Krista, which I want to really give a shout out to her, she's been great.
Yeah.
I was very non-evasive with her. She's like, can you send me a link to your videos and stuff? And I'm like, I don't need her to know what I'm planning to do on my show. So I was very evasive with her. But look, I'm a rank maker. Remember when you saw these rank makers? So yeah. So you guys, this man is a real deal. I thought it was great. Krista was like, what does Ray need to prepare himself for? What kind of material you need? I mean, it was all about how he could serve me. And I'm like, oh no, this is all about Ray. But I didn't tell her. And I thanking your staff, because I'm hoping they didn't leak to you what I was planning to do today.
No,
So
definitely didn't.
so
Definitely.
I really think this is yeah, you know, it's funny. Ken's laughing, but I did this to Ken, and he said on the show when I was doing this to him, he goes, "Gosh, Lynn, I feel like I'm at my own funeral," which
He'll be missed.
which is what I'm saying. You know, at 14 years old, I lost a classmate in a car accident, and you know, and I realized how many. And you know, you're young, so when I say this, take that in a grain of salt. But the bottom line is, it's really, really sad when people die. They're more homaged and shown love than when we're here.
Right.
And that's
Right.
you know, a lot of hypocrites, a lot of people that left petty shit stand in the way of love. Oh, Ken's laughing over here, but he knows I'm telling the truth. But seriously, this is just my my thing of saying that we should be cherishing and loving and showing more love to people while they're here. Because what happens when somebody dies right away? You're thinking, shit, when's the last time I seen them? And then you're
Right.
trying to go in that memory bank. What's the last thing we talked
What
about?
could I have said differently?
Yes, you know, and I know, you know, rest his soul. I know Mark was somebody that was very, very close to you.
Mhm.
And you know, it's one of those things where I'm sure you told him how much you love him every day you got a chance, you know, and it's so important to always know that this could be the last, either one of us, this could be our last show ever. You just, we don't take we take these things for granted. That's why I said
Right.
live, love, and let go out loud. And that's, you know, and for the fact that I want people to see who you are, so when they follow you, that they have a little there. I guarantee there's nothing out there right now that shows, hey, Ray Higdon being raw and real, and somebody that can verify what a genuine, awesome guy he is. So that's my goal, and I hope you guys all sincerely realize that. But you know what? Now we got to get to some funny stuff here. Here we go.
So have you ever gotten yourself in a pickle? What kind of pickle would you say you got yourself into? That you learned the most valuable lesson ever.
It's become a pickle thing at my show.
It is in pickle juice, right? I mean, it's in pickle juice, I'm hoping.
Actually, I'm realizing that after you tell us the pickle story, I either say it's relish or this or that. I kind of describe the kind of pickle we were talking about.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, I have several. I mean, there's been several things that that have been interesting situations. I would say I'll share one I haven't shared very often. So when real estate I knew real estate was going down, and you know, like none of our deals were closing, and it was obvious that things were just hitting the fan, and you know, nothing's closing, loans are getting canceled, and all kinds of chaos. I decided, because I had someone ask me if I would go on the road for their company and speak for their company, which I didn't want to do because I didn't want to be away from the family. But I'm like, you know what? I might need to do that because I have no money coming in. And so I go on this journey, 22 days a month, Vegas, Chicago, Phoenix, Miami, LA. And it's you know, it's a 90-minute sales pitch selling $7,000 system. Cold audience, you walk into the room, they don't know who you are. You got to sell them a $7,000 thing in 90 minutes. And so it's intense. And so I started doing it, and oh man, you know, thank God I started making some money so that I could at least, you know, get by. And then they started expanding way too fast, way too soon. And I was the only speaker that I actually gave out my business card and said, hey, let's keep in touch. You know, if someone bought, hey, let's keep in touch. Let me know how I can help. And I started hearing from people I had sold. They're like, dude, support's not getting back to me. No one's replying. Like, this stuff isn't working. And I remember I was in Phoenix, Arizona, and this older, you know, I would say maybe 70-year-old lady was talking to me before I did my dog and pony show. And I remember, because I had been hearing from all my different customers that they're just not keeping up their end of the bargain, I remember in my head thinking, I hope she doesn't buy. And I'm like, I need to get the hell out of here. Now, I quit that day. And so I don't know if this was supposed to be a funny story.
No, a pickle's a pickle. Yeah, go ahead.
But I quit that day knowing I was going home to massive bills and I was going to be broke. But I just couldn't sell something that I knew wasn't, I now knew wasn't serving people. And so I quit that day, went home, went into foreclosure, lost everything. And, so that was a tough part in, tough little fork in the road there.
Well, no, actually, that's a great pickle story.
That's a pickle,
because,
right?
Yeah, that was a pickle because, anybody else looking out say, man, you just screwed yourself. But,
Yeah.
What was more important was your integrity and to live with yourself. And that's how I live as well, too,
Yeah.
All we have in this world is our words. So if you're really, we might be in a pickle for needing money, but you know what? God and the universe provides in different ways for you.
Right.
So that's really where it's at. So we are, this time is going by so fast.
Yeah.
And I'm not even done here yet, but I want to give some shout outs to some really kind words here. Julie said, thank you, Ray, for all you have grown through. God is using you to bless many to grow and be who we are destined to be. Absolutely. Charisse goes, I made it. Hello, Lynn. Ray, thank you both for being. And she's actually from my room 4. We had the virtual rooms.
Oh.
At your thing, and I made friendship with her there.
Right.
So yeah, so she's representing for room 4.
I've seen Cherise on my, I believe she was on my TikTok today.
Yes, it's just so awesome. This hour I knew would go by super, super fast, and here we go.
Hi, Ray. Gosh, I can't even put into words how grateful I am for you, Jessica, the whole Higdon Group. It's crazy. It's how much impact you are making. For me, and I see it all around. I see it in rank makers and inner circle. I am so grateful to be a part of it. I'm so grateful that someone introduced me to your training and that I got into rank makers and inner circle and play to win and all of these amazing things that you have put together. It's made such a huge difference to my life, and I am so grateful that I get to see it carry on and see the impact that you're making, and I'm so proud to be part of it.
Oh, she's awesome.
You guys in the comments, if you'll go ahead and just show some love so I can get these messages out here. He needs to hear all this. And no, Ken Walls, it's not his funeral. What's Ron Pruitt say? Ray, I have watched you since OK Network, and it's been an amazing to watch. It's really cool. As I had Ron Pruitt on my show, and damn, did he get in a pickle? It was more like a relish. His boat story. Oh my gosh, he had a boat. He had a fight with a boat propeller. It was just terrible. I said, man, that's almost relish right there. All sense of the world. But that's what I love about my show. I hope that you got something out of this. Just as much as I get out of it. I really. Of course. It's I get to actually share things that I used to not share out loud, and so I thank you for that. We're finishing up here real soon, and I was corny too, and I thought that what, I'm gonna do this for nostalgic sake, and here we go.
Hey Ray, what can I say? I appreciate you from the moment I met you, and your sincerity and your humbleness and your kindness supersedes you, and you inspire me to get out of my own way and to just be present. I thank you for being the beacon to what I aspire to be.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome.
Those are our purple hearts. And how can you not love a guy that loves purple like I do?
I know. You should have told me. I would have wore purple. I have plenty of purple.
No, I just got to know, is that all Jessica, the purple, or was that you gave into that, or what? Because I love the way you wear purple shirts too, man.
I don't know why. I've always liked purple. Apparently people have told me that's a feminine color, but I've always liked purple. I always thought it was cool.
No, I think that's really great.
I'm fairly certain I'm pretty sure I wear more purple than Jess. I don't know what that says, but
That says you're genuine, you're real, you're kind, and you're man enough to carry it, especially a guy that wears a pink shirt. I'm telling you guys, at 55, I have some experience here. Yeah. And that's the other thing with that raw, real thing I'm doing. You know, at 55, I'm starting to date again. So if I can help people not get at 55 and have to date, you know, I got a mission in life, whether they listen to me or not, it doesn't matter. But Ray, there's just so many things. I'm going to throw this out here, but there's only one recommendation right now.
Yeah, you know,
writing your book.
What's that?
We got 5 minutes, but it was writing your book, right? That was the most impactful thing in your life, wouldn't you say?
What books?
Do you recommend?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we would love for you to get our book, Time, Money, Freedom. As far as answering the question, I mean, some of the actually, I'll give you a little bit different one. Healing Back Pain by Dr. John Sarno is incredible because he taps into how your emotions, how resentment, guilt, shame, anger actually can create physical infrastructure pain. And I think that's a book that anyone that's had any kind of chronic pain needs to read that book. He has since passed away, but that's an amazing book. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy, fantastic book, really, really good. I mean, I could rattle off all kinds of them. I love my as far as like current authors, I'm a big fan of Ryan Holiday. Ego is the Enemy, The Obstacle is the Way. Pretty much anything I've read by him has been really fantastic. And lastly, Stephen Pressfield. He wrote The War of Art, and it's an amazing little tiny book, but it's amazing.
Hey Ray, do you mind if I tag or put this into the Rank Makers? Because I think they really, I would love to share this in the Rank Makers, this video.
It's tricky. Here's what we can do. Here's what we can do. It's tricky because as soon as I allow one, now any of you I've ever.
No, and that's true. And I did earn this a year ago. I did earn this.
But here's what we'll do is maybe you can send me the video file and we can share that in there.
Okay. Yeah. This is live. This is live on YouTube, so you can take it from there too.
Right.
So I'll get you that. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So if you could step into my shoes, what would you have asked yourself that I didn't?
I mean, it would really be depending on your goal, you know, like what's one major goal that you have? Is it to speak in front of 100,000 people? Is it to, have 1 million followers? Is it to, build schools, water wells, abuse centers, whatever? So I would say, the question to ask would be, what is congruent with something that's your major thing that you would really like to accomplish, and see if I can offer, a suggestion for that.
You're awesome. Ray, this has just been an amazing. You guys showed up a little bit, some love here for Ray. Ray, I hope that this interview is one you remember for the longest time ever to come.
It's awesome.
And, it was Ray Day. It was the best way to end the year. And if you want to finish with your last 2 words for 2021 as far as receive and allow, that would be awesome.
Yeah. So this morning in Rank Makers, I suggested to embrace two words that I know that I will be embracing and I need to hear, and I think a lot more people, and that is allow and receive. And so allow more of who you can become to seep through the different obstacles that you're facing and the different, past experiences you've been through, and be willing to receive praise. Like on here, it's still not easy for me to receive praise. I love criticism. Like I eat that stuff up. It's like yummy. It's like little bacon bits. That I love, right? Receiving praise has been a challenge for me, and but I'm accepting it and I'm allowing it, receiving it. and I really appreciate you putting all this together. I know this took a lot of work.
Well, you know, that's when I watched your show today, I was like, yes, you're going to practice what you preach. But I feel the same way. I don't take compliments really well. And it's been with my team and everything, it's been really difficult to accept that. But I realized that I love giving praises to other people. And I know you do too. And then it's like, how would you feel if they rejected that? And you're like, oh, shit. You know, so when you turn things around and you look at it from another perspective, it definitely gives, you know, I want to thank everybody that's actually spent this hour with us. You guys, we got to go. Maybe someday again, Ray can be on here and I can earn that opportunity again, because I did earn this, you guys. I did just chose to use it a little bit different. Instead of giving out value, I wanted to give value to him because I don't think he's appreciated as much as he should be. So you guys stay right there, Ray, and we're going to close this out. Thank you again, you guys. Comment this, share this. On New Year's Day, I will be giving out a book, and I'll have Ray announce his little winner too. And you guys, this has been very touching, and I feel like my year's complete with some of the most impressionable people in my life. So I'm going to end it with a little montage of us.
Grab your friends, find your enemies and make amends, and we'll meet in the middle. Take the pride and set it aside. My hands will build you a shield, and we'll solve the riddle. And we'll remember these times, we'll remember these times.
Oh.
So you guys remember today, remember every day, make the good memories, and remember we're